Okay, in this video, we're going to finish the cat face that we started from before. So remember, we had the two eyes and the nose that we put together, but now we need to put together the rest of the mouth. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to start the line command. And I'm going to click the bottom of the nose, at the bottom of the peak here. And I'm going to take it straight down. I'm still not measuring anything, so I'm just drawing a line straight out. Then I'm going to draw the top of the mouth. And if you look at the top of the mouth, you'll notice that it's two arcs upside down. So we're going to start the arc command. However, the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to use the start and the end. Okay, so I'm going to go to the arc command and I'm going to say start, end, and I can either do direction or radius or angle. All of them actually work fairly similar. Okay. So I'm going to do the start in angle. So I'm going to start from this point here, and then I'm going to click where the end is. And you'll notice the more I go in towards or to the clockwise position, the angle gets smaller, as you can see. If I go further out, the arc gets bigger. So it all just depends on where you put your mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click like that. Then from here, I'm going to click this arc, and instead of drawing the same thing over again, I'm going to use the mirror command. So I'm going to type in MI enter, and I'm going to click. And remember, this is based off of my axis, so my axis is straight up in a vertical point. And I'm going to click, and then once again, it's going to ask me if I want to erase my source object, and I'm going to say no. That's normally the default. So I'm just going to hit enter. Now from here, we're almost done actually. We're going to do yet another arc for the bottom of the mouth. And this time, I'm going to do the three-point arc, just so you can see the difference with how these behave. So I'm going to do the three-point arc. And the way the three-point arc works is you start in one point. So I'm going to actually hit the bottom quadrant of this arc. I'm then going to put my mouse over the bottom intersection endpoint of this straight line. And I'm going to use a polar tracking. That green line that you see that's coming up off of that straight line, it's not there, but it's showing you, it's giving you a point that you can line up to. Then I'm going to do the last piece, which is the bottom quadrant of the other arc. And there we go. Now we have the bottom of my mouth. And obviously, you know, these are not the same, but you can stretch these as much as you want. All you do is just click on the arc and pull one of its grips. And the last thing that we need to do is we need to draw the three whiskers. And you might as well, I'm just going to start, and I'm going to make sure I zoom in as much as possible. And the reason I'm zooming in as much as possible, because if I don't, it's going to try and click on one of these endpoints. So we got to make sure that we're zooming in when we do this. So there it is. And right now, remember, my line command is set to chain. So I'm going to draw one, then I'm going to come back through and I'm going to draw another. And I'm going to draw one more, and I'm just using my right click mouse point. And that's my last piece. And now all I have to do is I'm going to select all three of these at once, and I just use the crossing method to do the selection. I'm going to do an MI enter again for mirror. Going to hit the bottom point and go straight up. Once again, I'm not going to erase the source object, and there we go. We've got the beginnings of the cat. Final piece. We're going to put the ears on. So once again, we're going to do these a slightly different way. So I'm going to start out. I'm going to start my line command, but I'm going to actually cross the circle a little bit, and I'm going to keep them as straight points, as you can see. So it looks like, you know, a triangle, beginnings of a triangle. But here's what I'm going to do that's going to be a little different. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually click this line, and I'm going to turn it into a polyline. The way you turn it into a polyline is after you click on it, you type in PEDIT or P-edit. It's going to ask you, do you want to turn this into one? Because it's not right now. You're going to say yes. So all I had to do was just hit enter because Y was already selected. I'm going to click join, and I'm going to join this other piece. And I always like to come back and select the other line just to make sure to it. And then I'm going to do a right click again, and you'll notice now it now wants me to either finish editing or I can do something else. And I'm just going to actually just hit escape, and that ends the editing tool. But if I go back and I were to click on this, it's now a polyline, like you can see. So now I'm going to use the trim tool, and all I did is just TR enter. I'm going to use the overall or select all objects method where every line is a cutting edge. So I'm just going to right click without selecting anything. And any piece that's going across another line, it's just going to automatically let me erase it. I'm going to do escape twice, or you can do the right click enter as well. But now watch this. To get these to curve, I'm going to click this P edit, or I'm going to click this polyline. I'm going to put my mouse over my center vertex here, and I'm going to click on convert to arc. And as you can see here, I can now curve these ears as much as I want because I've now changed them into an arc, and it's all just based off of your angle. Once you get the first one done, do an MI enter, click the top quadrant, do your straight line, say no, you do not want to erase edit source, and there you go. Got you another cat. Obviously, it's a little bit different, but if you stay tuned, I can show you how to then take that cat and maybe turn them into this type of cat. Do a little bit more embellishment to it. So that's all for now. Stay tuned. If you want, please subscribe, and you can continue to see what we do with the cat face or any other informational videos that we do with either AutoCAD or Revit, or even some Photoshop videos if you ask any of those questions as well. If you have any questions, please just remember to ask me at brightideas, BRIGHTEYEDIAS @gmail.com, or you can leave questions in the comments below. Thanks.